welcome to a new video. My name is Marianne Guevara. Welcome to all you new viewers, new subscribers, and anyone who's just coming back. It's been a while since my last video, and today I'm going to bring you something new, something that I haven't done on this channel before, but it's probably one of my favorite videos to watch when it comes to booktube or anything like that, and that is an unhaul. So yeah, for today's video, I'm just going to be showing you some books and DVDs that I plan on unhauling. I'm a big fan of trying to, curate your collection, making sure that your collection is something that, resonates with you. It's sort of a reflection of you. One thing of note is that I will be selling these books. So yeah, they're up for sale. And if you're living in the United States, I can ship to you. I'm sorry for those who are, international. I won't be able to because, shipping outside of the United States is kind of like just hassle. So only to those in the United States, and I will ship using media mail. So if you are interested in any of these books or any of these DVDs, I'll leave down my username, my Instagram username, and you can contact me through there and then we can work something out. So without further ado, let's just get started with the haul. First one I have here, you may have seen from a previous wrap-up like months ago, and that is Mermaid Moon by Suzanne Kokel. You may remember from that review that I gave this like 3.5 stars. I like it. I really like it. It's definitely one of the better mermaid books that I have read. It's just that I had a hard time forming a connection with the main character, and so my emotional attachment to the story as a whole was kind of hindered because of that. But like I said, it's one of the best mermaid books I've read, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful hardcover with sprayed edges. So, yeah. There was another book that I wanted to unhaul, and that is If We Were Villains. However, that one has already been claimed. It has, it's been sold. It's been shipped off to its new home. So I'll just have a picture up here. But yeah, If We Were Villains, I ended up unhauling because it was a one and done book for me. I read it. I liked it at the time, but yeah, just not a favorite. Next is Crown of Coral and Pearl. After rereading the Lunar Chronicles, I kind of got into the mood of YA, and I decided to pick up Crown of Coral and Pearl because it's a YA fantasy that takes place on an island, and you don't really get a lot of YA fantasies, at least I've never encountered that many that take place on an island. I did start reading this, but I couldn't make it to even 1/4. I found it a bit of a slog already at that point, so I ended up DNFing it. So yeah. Oh, by the way, this is written by Mara Rutherford. The next three are from the same author, and I do love this author, and that's Georgia Hare. So I have here Lady of Quality. I got this one off of Thrift Books. So it is used. It's kind of torn in some bits, but the book itself is still in good condition. This is definitely one of the Hares that I like the least. It was okay, it was fine, still entertaining, but certainly nothing that really grabbed my attention or, something that I have a great fondness for or would reread. So yeah. These two other Hares are probably two of her most popular ones, and that is Frederica and Arabella. These were good. These were good. I really liked them. Arabella is they describe it as Georgette Hare's, Pride and Prejudice. It's just that I read them. They're just not favorites, and honestly, I doubt I'll reread them ever again. So yeah. Then we have Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. I like Neil Gaiman. I've liked what I've read from him. I have read very few. I read Coraline. I've read The Graveyard Book. I have read Ocean at the End of Lane. I really like that, and I really enjoyed Norse Mythology. I do love Norse Mythology. It's such a interesting and fascinating pantheon. However, I'm just not going to reread this again. I read it once, I enjoyed it, but ever since I finished it, I never really had the desire to pick it up. Maybe I'll read the actual prose or Elder Edda next, but yeah, I've had my time with this one, and it's best to pass this along. This one I'm kind of disappointed in myself, because I started it, but I ultimately had to DNF it, and that is The Buried Giant by Kazuo Ishiguro. I made it halfway, And then I stopped and I didn't pick it up for like more than a month. And I was just like, I don't think I can do it. Because whenever I looked at it, I just had no urge to pick it up and start it. It's interesting because I do like the two main characters, Axel and Beatrice, and their quest, trying to find out where their son is, and the strange fog that makes them forget the past. I just felt like the secondary characters kind of would bog down the plot a lot. And I just really wanted to focus on Axel and Beatrice. And it's not a long book at all, but it just felt slow. And yeah, I just had no motivation to pick it up anymore. So best to give this to someone who really wants The Bird Giant. Then we have a book that I picked up because it was just, you know, not for sale. It was bargain priced at Books A Million. That is City of Thieves by David Benioff. This one is historical fiction. I believe it takes place during World War II, I believe. I picked it up mainly because it was historical fiction. It was bargain priced, but other than that, I really have no desire to read it. Next is The Snowman by Jo Nesbø. I really enjoyed this. This is definitely one of my favorite like mystery thrillers, like right next to like Red Dragon by Thomas Harris. This is a secondhand copy. This is the movie tie-in edition. I really enjoy it. I would like to get a newer copy, but I'm okay with letting this go for now, you know. I don't plan on rereading this anytime soon. So yeah, I'm just gonna unhaul this, rehome it, and then get myself a nicer, newer copy. A recent book, and that is The Door by Magnus Abo. I really enjoyed this one. This was a really good book. This was part of NYRB Classics, and I kind of picked this one up. Not really on a whim, because I really enjoyed the NYRB Classics that I've read beforehand, like the other Shadows of Carcosa, and I wanted to explore more of their catalog. And I spotted this at Barnes & Noble. I read the back. I read reviews on Goodreads, or at least I saw the ratings and they're really high. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna really enjoy this one. Maybe it's gonna be a favorite. It's not a favorite, but it is enjoyable. I really liked it. It deals a lot with Hungary's past, political past, and I do feel that if you're more knowledgeable about that, or you come from Hungary and all that, maybe you would have a stronger, maybe you have like a stronger experience or a better connection with this book compared to me. But yeah, it's still a good book. It's still a great read. It's just that after, you know, stepping back from it for a while, it's one that I have no qualms letting go, and I doubt I would reread. This one is kind of embarrassing because, frankly, this is like one of those rare instances where it's sort of a cover by, and that is Justine by Lawrence Durrell. I picked this one up like when I just came back to the States, and I got into a Barnes & Noble, and I had like Christmas birthday money. I noticed that it was Justine, and that it matched, you know, this is part of the Penguin Ink collection, and it kind of matched my The Bloody Chamber by Angela Carter. So yeah, I kind of grabbed it up, and you know, a booktuber that I follow rated this like 5 stars, but when I saw it on my TBR and when I like started, I kind of have like, there's no urge to continue or keep reading. Even like when I read the synopsis, like it doesn't do anything for me at all. So like I said, I have no qualms letting this one go and go to a, you know, better home, someone who really wants this book and would like it in this edition. This one, like you can tell, like I'm being brutal because it's The Call of Cthulhu and Other Weird Stories by H.P. Lovecraft in the Penguin Orange Collection Edition, mind you. This is fantastic. I'm trying to be brutal and I want to raise funds. So I was like, okay, this one's got to go. I have another edition. I have the Penguin Classics Deluxe edition of this book. So it's not too painful, but yeah, I adore this collection of short stories by H.P. Lovecraft. But maybe this can go to a new home where someone can appreciate it and love it. Sanditon by Jane Austen in the Oxford World Classics. I've decided that I'd rather just get one of those bind-ups where Sanditon is included rather than this like thin or like individual edition. This cover, by the way, is so odd. weird decision. I know, I kind of know why they did it, but yeah. I do plan on reading Sanditon, just maybe not in this edition. Then we have, oh my god, Misery by Stephen King. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really don't know what is wrong with me. But I can't get into Stephen King for some reason. I tried reading this. Like, this is my third time trying to read Misery. And for some reason, I don't know what's wrong. I can't get through it for some reason. Does anyone find the beginning of Misery kind of slow-ish? Is it only me? Is it only me? I don't know. And the thing is, I want to read a Stephen King. I do. I really, really do want to read a Stephen King because, you know, whether you like him or not, he's one of, you know, the big names of horror. And I do love horror. But, yeah. Maybe Misery. As of right now, I don't think I'll get to it. So might as well just unhaul it. Then we have this random one, and that's Star Wars Dark Disciple. This is actually based off of unproduced episodes from the Star Wars Clone Wars series. So you have these two characters that if you watch Star Wars Clone Wars, that like I did when I was a kid, you would know Asajj Ventress, Quinlan Vos. They're on a mission together. I'm not entirely sure what. Just lost interest. Don't wish to read it. And lastly, for the books, we have The Tenant of Wildfell Hall by Anne Bronte. Enjoyable classic. I really liked it. I give like 4 out of 5 stars. But this is definitely a case of where I enjoyed it, but it's very much one and done. I don't think I would ever reread it again. I got what I got out of it, and this can go to a new home. Really great classic. If you haven't read Tenant of Wildfell Hall, I do recommend it. Very insightful classic, and unlike a lot of their time period. Last, we have the DVDs. They're not a lot, there's only 4. So the first one I have is Pulp Fiction. This is like a 2-disc special edition, and it has like little goodies. Like for instance, this one has the menu of Jack Rabbit Slims. Doing this one-handed like that. Yeah, I watched Pulp Fiction for the first time, I think last year, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't fall in love like everyone else has. So yeah, if I do plan on watching Pulp Fiction again, maybe I'll get another copy, but for right now, I can do without this one. Then we have Spirited Away, my favorite Studio Ghibli film. I'm just unhauling this because I got the Steelbook, the G-Kids Steelbook. So yeah, this is just a case of I have this older copy that I don't need. Then we got Labyrinth. I am unhauling Labyrinth. I'm rehoming it, or trying to rehome it. This is just a case where I love the film when David Bowie's in it, whenever he's on screen. When he's not in it, it's like okay, like, you know, it's just fine. So yeah, I don't feel like I need to own like the entire film. Maybe I'll just watch clips of David Bowie in Labyrinth. And then I'm unhauling one of my criterions, and that is Elevator to the Gallows, Louis Mallet's first film. So yeah, I will be unhauling this one. Out of my entire Criterion collection, Elevator to the Gallows is the one that I'm just most about. Like, it was okay. I mean, I enjoy it when I watch it, but once it's finished and I step back, like, I don't think about it. It doesn't really leave any memorable feelings for me. I admire it on a technical level with regards to the plot and everything, but other than that, there's nothing that stands out, that latches onto me. So yeah, Elevator to the Gallows, I will be unhauling. So those were all the books and the DVDs that I plan on unhauling. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's been a while. I do have a book plus movie discussion coming up. That will be the next video. I'll leave it as a, you know, a surprise as to what it is. But yeah, stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.